I'm hitting.
And then Maruja's like, nope, get the fuck out my servers.
Well, so this kind of I think I have to. I hate to say that I'm gonna change my perspective on something here. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. In the past, I've said I'd hate to think that something you did really young and early on in your life would, ruin you for the rest of fucking forever. But 8? Holy fuck!
8?
Yeah, I was about
Twice.
So, what were the
Twice.
ages he was at when that shit happened?
15 for the first time, 17 for the second time.
Okay.
Double their age, or close to.
And how old is Blake now?
29.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Here's the kicker, right?
yeah.
This all started when apparently Blake was having some issues with his roommates. TLDR on that aspect is Blake does not understand the concept of no and keep your hands to yourself. In and of itself, clearly he does not need to be around these people, and we were going to make fun of him for some of the more ridiculous things, like one person claiming they, and I don't know the science behind this, so I'm not going to say if it's real or not, but claiming they have a different personality that fought space or alien Hitler. And originally I was going to leave it at that, to pull Blake in the call, kind of ream him a little bit because of this. But then we started getting some more information. Blake at one point threatened to pimp 2 people out.
Okay, so Blake's version of the events. Can you hear me, by the way? Just
Yeah.
okay. He said that he's like, well, according to, I don't even know if they're involved or not. Patchwork Heart, blah 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 blah. I can't read body language, and I was like, oh, well, I didn't have all the full details at the time, so in case there's a call writing up there where I'm like, oh, that Patchwork Heart. I only heard that.
No, I get it.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't assume that Blake might, gotten rapey light, maybe. Yeah.
So that pissed me off. And then later on, it's presented to us a screen cap where Blake admits to being an animal abuser and a child predator. And I wanted to know what was going on. And Blake told us directly, when I was 15, I groped an 8-year-old girl, and I asked him, how many times has this happened? He said 2. What was the other time? It was when I was 17. How old was the other person? Another 8-year-old girl. It was the youth director's kid at church. Had both these kids at some point sit on his lap while he fondled their chests.
Well,
Wait,
I don't.
wait,
I don't have time
wait.
to start drinking before work. I wish I did.
Wait, I have a question. He fondled an 8-year-old's chest? What chest?
Two different 8-year-olds. He's trying to claim that he did it because people or ERP'd with him like that when he was 15.
Okay,
And,
okay.
But at the same time, I don't
Look,
I don't accept that.
he's mentioned
No,
that
no.
before, but there's a big difference between role play and what you do. And
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nope, cut
sorry. First, what? There's nothing there. At 8 years old, there's no development there. There's nothing there. Secondly, I don't care what happened to you at whatever age. Okay.
Yep.
Like,
What the-
you know what? I'm just gonna no. I'm gonna put it out there. I was exposed to sex at 6 years old. I don't go around playing with 6-year-olds with sex and saying, "Oh, I was exposed at 6." So no, it's not okay, motherfucker.
So Gilded, you're a friend. Are you, Leo? I should cut that out, right?
No, I'm leave that in there. Fucking people can hear that. I don't care. It's not private information.
Okay. I've already caused you an immense amount of stress, Gilded. I just didn't wish to add.
No. Yes, I have personal trauma in my in my life. It's fine. I don't hide that I have personal trauma in my life or that things happened to me in my past. It's not. I'm not ashamed of what somebody else did to me.
No, I got it. I just, again, I didn't, just in case I'd whispered or I didn't announce high enough I was recording. I didn't want to like get you in a really bad
No, no,
spot.
no. I want, if this is going out there, I want people to hear that so that they don't try to use that stupid ass excuse again of, oh, this happened to me when I was that age, so I did it too.
So, like,
Well,
if I could give a little hot take here, and I don't mean to say this about everybody online or every kid online, even though this is always an option, there's a huge difference between I forgot to hit the block button and someone is physically grabbing a hold of you, and, you know, especially it was probably someone who seemed to have trusted you, Mr. Diamond.
well, the thing is, it gets a little more bizarre because after he did this, and I just got word about this an hour ago, this idiot tried to play it off like he was lying the whole time, and this is some grand scheme he had to burn all of his bridges for some asinine reason. Of course, the problem with that is number one, Blake's obviously lying through his teeth, and secondly, that screen cap talking about how he's a child predator dates back to apparently like 7 months ago, and 7 months ago things were going fine in his life. So yeah, pretty obviously he's just trying to save face, and it's
Well, who knew
it's
7 months
ridiculous.
ago?
According to this, the person he had said that to was Patch,
Okay.
and had told Patch that this happened when he was a kid.
My my original I guess I haven't had time to process this, so this is my mind
Right.
being really stupid. I thought maybe everyone cut off Blake, and if I were to give Blake super duper, benefit of the doubt, I came up with a crackpot theory to get everybody to talk to him again, and this was the best he could come up with. And there's still a part of me that kind of hopes that's it. I'm starting to not feel like that. I definitely would like to get a hold of the guy and have a talk and find out why the what.
He went on last night and tried to tell me that that's the reason why he wanted to get into predator hunting so he could make amends. And I told him if that was his intent, he should have started with the people he preyed on and turned himself in
Oh, I was about to say.
back
Well,
back then.
okay, I was the statute of limitations on that bad boy may have sailed
Yeah.
a hot minute ago. I don't even doing the math. I don't even know what the laws would have been 15 years ago. Or wherever.
I don't even know what state this happened in, so I genuinely don't know. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not prodding more on that, but we were a little more than a little bit furious with him.
Well, you'll get probably inappropriate humor, but he just reminded me. He's like, "Well, I'm no longer in your state, Anthony," and I was like, "Oh, it's another one." Fantastic. So, congratulations, Blake, if any of this is true, and I will be glad to back that up and take this call down if it isn't. You're up there with Amos and Toon. Fantastic. Jeez.
The funny thing is, the whole roommate issue is I had every single intention of actually staying completely out of that because I'm so busy with things in my normal life right now, a whole slew of different things going on. I was gonna get in call last night while I was working on some freelance work I'm doing. I was gonna listen to Blake be stupid and make dumb excuses for being a bad roommate, and then all this comes out and can't just have a nice night and making fun of an idiot anymore, can you?
You know, it's funny. That was a conversation we had up, and he's like, "I kind of miss the good old days of hunting predators." I was like, "I miss the good old days before hunting predators." That was one of the lines. Vita's like, "Remember when we just used to argue about stupid shit?" I was like, "Oh, I'd pay good money to go back to those."
That's what Twitter's for.
Well, you get banned on Twitter if you get too angry.
True.
Mm.
Anything else you two need to know about all this?
Fuck. No, you're good, Leo. You're a very busy man. Shit.
Well, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I figured it's better you find out through me instead of like 3 months down the road. And why does everybody hate Blake? Well, Anthony, here's what you missed.
Well, yeah, it's not like I would have been taught. Well, unless Blake came back to me, which that'd have been funny. I would have been like, "Oh, fuck." Well, I mean, I would have given him a hard time for blocking me the first time, but then I would have been like, "Wait, what's going on?" Shit.
Yeah, it's not fun. I have a sneaking suspicion he's not just going to go away like he
No.
initially said he was going to.
Well,
I do have one question.
Sure.
Before you go, do we think that was like the extent of it, or you think he's just minimizing what he did?
Knowing Blake, probably minimizing it.
I was gonna say, knowing Leo's responses, he's gonna say minimizing it because that was your response about what's his name, the English Polish gentleman, Fusion. I forgot.
Fusion, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just that's the natural response of a predator to minimize, like, oh well, I just did this and that was it, and it's just like,
And the problem here is I don't have the victim to talk to like we normally would.
unfortunately.
I couldn't even begin to try to track this down if the 8-year-old kid who's now got to be in their 20s would even remember.
Well, wait a minute.
So,
Did Blake say that the parents knew about it or not?
no. I'm pretty sure if the parents knew about it, we never would have met Blake.
Okay, so what church was this?
Did not state.
So,
But if you find out what church Blake was in when he was 17, you could probably figure it out.
okay, yeah, it's possible that the parents might have been embarrassed. I'm not. I don't have all the details, and I'm not passing judgment on all that. I'm just trying to, it might be possible that they might have made a rash decision that they didn't want that over their child's head for the rest of their life. I'm not saying whether that would have been right or wrong. So yeah, it is.
I get it.
Yeah.
Speaking of parents, though, some of Blake's other friends might have been giving them a bit of information today. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, that'd probably be it. I don't know anything about Blake's parents.
All I'm saying is they're about to find out. Good luck to Blake. Actually, no, I don't wish luck on Blake. Bad luck to Blake. Terrible luck to Blake. Horrific luck to Blake. Forever until the end of time. And I do not understand these people who think that they're never going to be found out. I don't get it. Especially when you tell people.
they keep doing it, Leo. I've had people like, "What's your secret?" They tell us.
You know what though? It's still not as funny. I know it's a terrible thing to have a giggle over, but it's not as funny as Joffrey saying he was possessed by a Thomas the Tank Engine character. That was one for the books.
Like, I remember getting progressively more annoyed and more bored as that call went on, and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Anyways, I am exhausted. I've been up since 3, so I'm going to bed. You two have a good night.
All right, Godspeed, Leo.
Right. Later, man.
Do you want to BS for a bit, or here? I'd probably turn the call off at this point. Unless you have any like quick hot takes at the end.
No, you got my take on that. Fucking dude's a fucking perv.
Okay.